How much work have you been putting in outside of this facility, and what are your expectations for your role this season?
I've put in a lot of work coming in. As a freshman, you got to earn your stripes. Put a lot of work in, wake up in the morning, come here, stay after practice, do everything with the team, build chemistry. And, I'm ready for whatever role. I want to be on the field as much as possible. It'd be great for me to be out there day one, but whatever the team needs, so I'm excited for it.
How close are you guys as a freshman class right now?
We're really
I assume
close.
you live together and everything?
We're really, really close. I couldn't be happier with the tighter bond. We're there every day at the dorm, hanging out. And we hang out outside, we go eat after practice. It's really good to have like a close freshman class, build that foundation for the next years going forward. So it's really good.
Middle infield, coming into this year is kind of wide open for the most part, with some guys not here anymore. Hunter Haas played short a little bit, and Sean McClain and things like that. So as a freshman, how does that motivate you every day when you're here trying to solidify your role?
It's really motivating. Like you said, it's open. I knew that coming in the recruiting process, so it's definitely something to put in consideration. And play shortstop for a school like ASU, it's a dream come true. Even though it's not solidified, there's a shot. And that's all I need, so I was really excited for it, and I took advantage of it.
And to see a freshman last year like Ryan Campos kind of do what he did when an opportunity came and run away with it and have one of the better years, nationwide. Mm-hmm. So does that even motivate you more?
Yeah, it does. He's one of the people that's kind of pushing me forward. Midway through the fall, he texted me and was like, "Look, you have all the talent in the world. Got to fix some things. Why don't you come?" Kind of took me under his wing, showed me what to do, and helped me around this place. It's been really helpful too.
You say dream come true, and obviously culture is preached heavily in this program, in part by the history. As a newcomer, what does it mean to be here?
It's cliche, but it means everything to be here. Willie's been amazing. He's really put a culture in here that we need. It's not just a lackadaisical come out. You get to come here and then you get to go play pro ball. You're here for a reason. You're here to compete. You're here to win. We haven't won one since 2010. That's our goal every day, to come in and put a 2023 up there. So that's our goal.
Absolutely. And then with open house tomorrow and having the alumni around, how do you think that'll help kind of instill that sense of pride with you as newcomers?
It'll be really helpful. The fans here, they love ASU baseball, and we understand it. We've been told that, but we haven't really been able to experience it firsthand. And this open house would be really good for us to kind of get the feel with all the guys or girls too, everyone coming out. So it'll be really exciting.
And what should everybody attending walk away knowing about this year's roster?
We're here to compete. We're a really good group of guys. Chemistry's, it's tight. It's really tight. There's literally no one in that locker room that doesn't like anyone. It's amazing. It's good coming in, especially as a newcomer, coming in, walking in, knowing every day that you get to play with a group of guys that you love. So it's really good.
A ton of
21 days until opening day. How excited are you that you're inching closer and closer to that day?
It's really exciting. I go to bed thinking about it every night. It's something, like I said before, it's a dream come true. Putting on Devils jersey across on February 17th for San Diego State. It's itching at me. I'm getting excited. I'm getting anxious.
Do you have any go-to spots maybe that you guys go to eat now that intend here to Phoenix area?
We go to Chipotle a lot. Chipotle is a go-to. Me, Jose, and Reese, a couple buddies, went over to Ike's on Mill. They have the half off for students after 3 p.m. Finished up practice yesterday, show our card for a little cheap little sandwich. It was really good too. So we're college students, got to manage it. So
there's a lot of big league experience on the staff, and Willie specifically is a former infielder. Just from a technical standpoint, what has he been able to kind of teach you and the rest of the infielders?
For me, footwork a lot. Coming in, he's look, you're really good, you're really talented, but you're basing a lot of your talent off your athleticism, and it makes everything easier knowing the fundamentals and stuff. And he's been preaching that, and Coach Golf has done the same as well. They've been on me, and that's what I like. They're not going to sugarcoat everything, and if they see something wrong, they're going to go at you and fix it.
A lot of people have been talking about just competing, a lot of competitors with this group, but with a lot of new faces and the schedule, the non-conference schedule you guys are playing, you think it might take some games to figure this thing out?
Of course, it might take a little bit to kind of get the flow of things, but after seeing what I've experienced this fall, a good one was the Maroon and Gold World Series. It flipped a switch. It was competing, going after each other, but in a good way. We're competing out here and there. We're best friends. Out here, we're competing. you know, for like bragging rights. That's what it was. And it was really good for us to experience that. I loved it. It was everything that I could have asked for. So maybe like it'll take a game or two to kind of gel, but I think as chemistry-wise, we're gel. We're ready to go.
With you know, fall ball reps and things like that you've gotten middle infield here before it actually gets going. When you look over at the Wall of Honor and see some of the names up there, especially in the middle infield, how does that, you know, kind of fire you up and just settle in that this is real for you?
Now, there's a legacy here. You know, Sean McClain, he just left. He went to the Dodgers, and he DM'd me and texted me stuff. He's like, look, just be you, play how you do. Don't do anything too extra. And Coach Blumey, he's done the exact same. He pulled me to the side the other day and said, don't do too much. Just be yourself and we'll be all right.
Luke, how validating is that coming from, you know, a guy like Sean who accomplished so much here, and, you know, Blumey as well, like you said, like just how validating is that?
It's really validating. It's kind of comforting too, you know, kind of like coming into the shoes of Sean McClain, you know, his brother's over here, but so it kind of was a little bit easier, but, you know, knowing him, the past shortstop, it was really helpful. Like I said, very comforting, and it allowed me to kind of like step foot on the field and just get really, you know, relaxed.
Infield as a whole, it seems like this team has a lot of interchangeability, a lot of guys who can kind of plug and play anywhere. You seem to be one of those guys, particularly up the middle. Just what are your impressions with that?
It's really good. We have a ton of guys that can literally play anywhere in the infield. Like in practice, we're taking reps everywhere. It's really helpful for the team as well. So if one guy goes down, the next guy will be able to step up and compete to the same ability.
Last year, 1 through 9, Willie would often say that really they could flip the lineup at any point, and like any guy could play 1 through 9, things like that. Where do you kind of envision yourself, you know, at the plate, you know, fitting 1 through 9, and the contributions you can make maybe on the base paths as a base runner?
You know, I think I'm a great base runner. That's what I did really well in high school. I think I have plus speed. Wherever in the lineup's good for me. You know, I could fluctuate wherever. I believe towards the bottom of the line, just kind of earn my stripes. We have All-Americans coming back, and I'm all for it. I want to win. So if I'm batting ninth, if I'm batting leadoff, if I'm batting fourth, whatever, I'm fine with whatever.
And Luke, you know, just as a new face, you know, give us an idea of what kind of person you are off the field, what you like to do around campus in your free time.
I like to hang out with my guys, you know, kind of off of the baseball field. It's really comforting hanging out with them more than you're just not just a baseball player. You know, that's one thing, I guess, kind of a narrative is, oh, you play college baseball and that stuff. I'm a person, I'm a human, I have feelings, I have emotions, I love to do things. I like to play video games, I like to hang out, I like to watch movies, do all that stuff. And doing that with all the guys in there, it helps like off the field and it helps on the field too. So.
You guys, everything goes according to plan. You're going to be playing, you know, 65 plus games this year. Obviously, coming out of high school, you don't play nearly that long. Or do you think you're prepared for both the physical and mental toll that the season that long takes?
I think I'm ready. Ted, our new conditioning guy, he's been really good. He's helped us a lot. And of course, coming into the fall is a little bit different. Playing day in, day out, and getting used to these Friday, Saturday, Sunday, play Tuesday as well as scrimmages. It's been helpful, and we're going to start ramping it up more closer to the season. But I believe I'll be ready. They prepared us really well.
How's it going?
How's your winter break?
It was good, short.
Ryan, you had a big freshman season last year. How do you plan to build on it this time around?
Same plan as last year, just try to win every game.
Ryan, when it comes to just how things are kind of shaking out infield-wise around you, obviously it sounds like you're going to be stuck back there at catcher. Like, what are some things you're noticing with this group and had the interchangeability of it going into the season?
Yeah, obviously, guys who are versatile is really big. The more positions you can play on the field, the more options you got the team. So, looking forward to it.
And then, sort of separate from that, working with a lot of these new pitchers, how has it been, sort of familiarizing yourself with some of these guys, and who do you feel like is kind of ahead of where you expected them to be, particularly on the newcomer front?
Yeah, all the new guys. I mean, obviously we have a lot of new guys this year, but specifically the pitchers have looked really good. They all bring a really good attitude every day. It's fun to work with them.
What do you think this team's identity is, or does it take a while into the season to kind of figure out what exactly you guys stand for and what you represent?
A lot of hard-nosed guys. Obviously, on paper is a lot different than on field, so that'll kind of happen naturally, like you were saying. But yeah, I mean, Blumey preaches hard-nosed guys. Just kind of guys who are just faceless and just go and just do the job.
So you said, you know, all last season and even just now that real life team, day in and day out here before everyone else. Were you surprised at all last year with how much of an impact you had, on stats, like being involved, kind of even in the outfield behind the plate?
I wouldn't say surprised. I mean, I was kind of working towards it. I mean, it's just when I got my opportunity, I guess I just took advantage of it. So I mean, I was just getting ready. That's pretty much it.
Looks like you put on a good amount of muscle since we last talked in the fall. What's your training routine been like?
Yeah, Tim and Ted, both our strength guys, have been really good for me. Just trying to, like you're saying, just trying to put on weight. I mean, I can put on weight, just put on healthy weight is the thing. So just trying to do that. Just get stronger, faster, all that stuff. I feel like it's been good for me.
A couple of names have been out for the starting rotation. Last time, Christian Perez. What is your relationship with them, and what have you been able to learn from them?
They're great guys. I mean, they bring a really good attitude. I mean, it's just like I was saying, it's just fun to work with them. Obviously, they're really good. That helps. But they're great guys. That's first and foremost. So yeah, I enjoy spending time with them.
For as often as you played last year in the season, and then going right to summer ball in the Cape, and then right into fall workouts, were you able to enjoy any of the off season at all?
I mean, that's part I enjoyed. I like playing, so all that stuff was really fun for me. Especially going to the Cape. It was the first time because I live at home, so it was pretty cool, kind of getting away from home, playing like that a little bit. But yeah, I mean, all that I enjoyed.
And playing, some of the best talent really, nationwide, all in one spot. What was that experience like? What could you bring from that experience, over there to here at Denver?
Yeah, everyone who's been to the Cape that was just talking to me about it, they all say, like, you'll see once you come back, it'll just feel different. Like, the game will just feel a little slower, and it definitely did. Not that it was fast last year, but it was different. And not to say it won't be different this year, but coming back, like you're saying, coming back to the Cape, it's everyone's top guy every game, so it was good to see competition like that consistently.
Is it a mental challenge for you, obviously wanting to go out there behind the plate every day, but also knowing, hey, it might be smart to stay fresh and take a day at DH? Willie mentioned the outfield too.
Yeah, I'm cool with whatever. I'm getting my body ready to catch every single game. That's my job. So I'm gonna do what I gotta do to be ready for that. But if Willie wants me in the outfield or DH, he's the boss. So wherever he wants me to play, I'll play.
Austin Olivia, a couple of freshmen could start in the infield, was thrown out earlier. What have you seen, from that freshman class in general, in terms of their mindset? Are there parallels that you brought into last year that you've kind of been talking with them about to keep them?
Yeah, they're really hardworking. Like you were saying, a lot of the guys are here really early. With me, kind of doing their thing, and it's cool to see because I think I could help them out, with kind of like the mental side a little bit, and they're really open to whatever, me, all the guys that are here, new guys, they're really open to whatever, and I'm really excited for them. I think they'll help us out this year a lot.
What is the biggest mental task you think after going through the freshman season that you've been able to talk to them about?
Just knowing that you can actually play. I know for me personally, I struggled, especially in the fall, my last year, like just getting comfortable, and they look really comfortable right now. So hopefully they can carry it through. But they're just affirming yourself that you can actually do this. So.
Open house tomorrow. What should everybody attending walk away knowing about this team?
Like I was saying earlier, it's just just a bunch of guys that are just hardworking, ready to play. We got a lot of new faces, so it'll be good for fans to see all the new guys. But I think we have a pretty good team this year.
And how do you think having the alumni around helps instill the culture of this program into the new guys?
Yeah, that's what makes ASU Baseball special. We got a lot of really good alumni. A lot of big names. Even the guys that aren't well known, they're around here and they support the team still. So it's pretty special.
Your coaches and a couple teammates before you were mentioning how you're a silent worker, you put your head down and just go to work, similar to Joe last year. Can you speak on the relationship that you both had as teammates and maybe some things that you can take from him this year now that he's on the line?
Yeah, Joe's my guy. Pretty much everything I got from Joe. So it's he's the man.
You mentioned the done fastball, Curtis changeup is some of your favorite pitches to
I mean, like Timmy Manning curveball is pretty hard to hit too. So I mean, yeah. I mean, a lot of the guys, all the guys have a pitch that's hitters don't want to hit. So it's pretty cool.
Overall, who's got the nastiest stuff? Or like a top three?
Top three, going top three. Curtis changeup, Dunn slider, Manning curveball.
A lot of the guys mention you as a guy who's ready to step into a leadership role. Now that it's your sophomore year, you're a little more confident. Do you feel that's a role you're ready to step into with the team?
I mean, I'm not really thinking about it too much. I mean, I'd rather just kind of lead by example. I don't really say a whole lot. I'll just do my thing and try to go about things the right way. And yeah. Yep. Thank you guys.
Thanks,
Coming back over the winter, I think a lot of guys stayed, and that was like really good for everyone. Really came together. But overall, I think everyone's meshed super well. Early in the fall, it was a little tough. No one really knew each other. But like at least for me, like I've been able to find some really good friends. Some transfers: Ross, Timmy, Curtis. Just the pitching staff itself has been really close. And then we've had some tough practices, which I think has brought everyone together a little more, getting some running. But at the end of the day, I think like we're as close as any team I've ever been on, if not closer. And I think that's contributed to like just the way our practices have been run, the winter, and then like obviously what Blue is preaching to us every day, which is we got to be tough.
With 21 days until opening day, just how excited are you for that day to be pitching?
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. I mean, especially waking up today, we got a game. I get to pitch today, so I mean that's what I've really been itching to do. It felt like a long winter, just with the amount of bullpens I was throwing and all that. But I'm really excited to get back on the mound today and then face San Diego State February 17th.
You mentioned those 4 starters. I mean, you guys all have been competing for a spot. Even though you guys are competing, you guys are gelling quite well.
Yeah, we've actually been able to learn a lot from each other, and I think we've really made each other better. And at the end of the day, like we're all competing, we're all going against each other. But I mean, someone's going to have to go after somebody else. I don't think there's going to be any hard feelings there. Like we all know we just want to win. So, 6? I'll trust the baseball cloud. No, but yeah, I mean that was just all winter. I was working at that, trying to get some velo back. So I'm really excited to see what I can get up to this year.
What kind of pitch mix are you going to be rocking with?
4 to 5 pitch mix, like 4-seam, 2-seam. They're a little bit different. Curveball, slider, changeup. I've really been happy with the way the curveballs come around, so I'm hoping to use that more. I think it'll make my fastball better. And then if the velo plays up, everything will kind of take out all that. So I'm excited about that. I was kind of a one-pitch guy in San Francisco, throwing mostly fastballs, so being able to mix it up more is going to help a lot.
Transferring with Luke, I mean, he's looking to play a big role here in the middle of the field at ASU. What do you see from USF? What do you expect to come here?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, all I can say about him is he's the hardest worker right now. I mean, the guy's here more than anybody, any coach, any player. He's extremely dedicated. I live with him. He's barely home. He's always here. So, when you get a guy like that, he's going to produce. I've seen him produce the last 2 years. He's a special player. Whenever he, faces better talent, he tends to do better. So I think he's going to have a really good year and then go on to the next level after this.
Kind of going off of that, how is that adjustment coming from San Francisco with Luke? How's it been just having a familiar face?
Yeah, that was really nice, especially early on. As we kind of went through the fall, I made a lot of friends on the team. Just hanging out all the time and being together. But yeah, coming in with Luke was huge. I mean, there was a lot of guys that didn't know anyone. I'm sure it was really tough on them. But we stick together a lot. We go out to dinner, watch shows together at night. Like we really stuck together, and I think that was helpful for both of us. At USF we were really close. It's stayed the same here. So.
And how did your time on the Cape really help you?
Well, that was huge. I learned a lot out there. I was able to play with some really good players. My pitching coach, Dennis Cook, he pitched pitched in the big leagues for a really long time. And they just trusted me out there. They let me go. I had some long outings out there, which was really good for my confidence, and just to learn how like my stuff plays against really good hitters. So yeah, that was really good for me, going out there and being able to pitch a lot.
So last year, this team kind of struggled getting from 1 to 9 with their pitching, and then getting 2 more games after that in the series. You guys have brought in so much depth, including yourself. How do you expect this rotation to play this year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how it's going to play out. I think throughout the season, a lot's going to change. And just that's the ups and downs of the season. But it's really deep. We've got, I think we've got 5 or 6 guys that can start. So if someone's ever struggling, we know someone's going to pick them up. I think we're going to have a really good midweek starter, whoever that is going to be. And I think starters are going to be able to get deep into games. And then after the starter, I mean, we've got so much bullpen depth between, Leblanc, Hansel, like all those guys.
Yes.
It's really exciting. And then we've got the 2 lefties too. We got Ross and Timmy. A lot. It's nice to have that mix, the righties and lefties, especially when everyone's throwing pretty hard.
When we talked last in the fall, you seem to be getting pretty comfortable with everyone, but where's it at now? What's kind of the vibe in the locker room, I guess?
It's good. I mean, just spending more time with each other, I think, has been big for everyone. Coming from the fall all the way to spring, that's I don't know how many months, a lot of time together. So at the end of the day, I think we're doing good, and everyone's getting along, and the clubhouse looks good.
When it comes to the infield, seems like there's going to be a lot of moving parts, a lot of interchangeability. What's your perceived role within that? Obviously, probably somewhere within the middle infield, but where have you kind of gotten the most looks? And then outside of that, who has impressed you alongside of you, like just working with in the fall?
Yeah, I've gotten the most looks at second probably throughout all the fall and stuff like that, but who knows what's going to look like throughout the year. It could be a second, could be a short. I'll probably stay somewhere in the middle. Luke Hill has made a lot of adjustments and gotten a lot better throughout this fall and spring, so looking for big steps out of him this year. He looks like he's going to be playing a lot of short or wherever we're going to need him. There's no final say in who's playing where in the infield, but right now it looks like somewhere else up the middle, and he's made a lot of adjustments. He's going to have a good freshman year, I think.
Barraza was talking about how a lot of the new pitchers especially are bringing some really nasty stuff early on in the year here. How's it been facing those guys, and how excited are you to kind of face someone wearing a different uniform?
Yeah, I'm super excited. Well, we have our first scrimmage today, so I'm really excited to see everyone again. Haven't seen live pitch in a while, but over the fall, you could definitely see everybody making strides. I mean, I have no idea what our weekend rotation is going to look like. We have so many options we could go with it. A lot of guys with a lot of different tools and a lot of options at the end of the day, which makes for a really good staff. So I think we're going to have a really deep bullpen, and whoever we throw out there to start is going to be really good.
We've heard there's a lot of competitiveness amongst the team. How much do you relish taking part in that, and how do you think that makes just your team better and hopefully prepares you guys for a deep run?
I think it's the overall foundation of our team. It's our competitiveness. I mean, it starts within like a rough practice that we have or a scrimmage. I mean, everybody's kind of going at each other's heads, and it's a healthy competitiveness. I mean, no one takes anything personal, which is good. And I mean, if you got to deal with something, you deal with it within each other. You don't go to the coaches and make a problem with it from what he deals with it within themselves. So I think the competitiveness is the best part of what we have going.
Offensively, what do you feel like the capability of this lineup is? This lineup lost a lot of key pieces at the top and sort of in the middle of the order from last year, but with a lot of you new guys coming in, particularly yourself, bringing a little bit more of that offensive prowess, which is sort of the expectation, and where do you feel like your guys' ceiling lies, I suppose?
Yeah, I'd say offensively that's our strongest suit. I mean, we have a whole new team, and I think that's a good thing. I mean, how many people everyday lineup are going to be the same? I don't know, but it's not going to be very many compared to last year. And I mean, that was the whole goal. I mean, we went in the transfer portal, and he got some weapons, and I think we're going to do a lot of damage offensively. And I think it's going to be our strongest part of the game.
Who are some of the most impressive guys outside of yourself, of course, in the lineup so far that you've seen?
Yeah, I think Campos is going to be huge. I mean, coming off a big freshman year here, we're going to be asking a lot of him, and he's going to deliver. I mean, he's got to catch maybe not every day with Newman and behind him, but he's going to have a big role in the lineup every day. Easy long. I mean, you guys see what he did freshman year. Hopefully he can find his way back to that. I mean, he didn't have a bad year sophomore year, but it seemed like he was battling some injuries. So, I mean, he's going to have a big breakout year in my opinion. I mean, we're going to have a lot of new guys who are getting their feet wet, but I think once they settle in halfway through the year, they're going to be doing good. I think Contreras is going to be able to figure it out. Might be a little slow, but once he gets going, I think he's going to be good. Luke Hill's going to be good. And the guy's got a lot of pop in his bat, so just got to, like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, once they get going, I think everything's going to be good.
Luke, we saw you last year, obviously, with San Francisco. Now being in the same dugout as some of these guys, instead of being, the opposition here in Uni, what is, the camaraderie and all that been like this offseason and prep for the season?
Yeah, I mean, last year we came and played. No one had our best success at USF, but I mean, no one here has been like holding over your head or anything. They've always opened me with open arms. I mean, everyone here wants to win, and I want to win. So I mean, we have that common theme, and I mean, everyone just kind of gets along. I mean, there's no like, oh, we played against you last year. Like, this, and this is how we do it. I mean, we're all on the same page. We're all on the same team. No bad blood or anything like that.
Thanks, Luke.
Thank you.
Thanks, Luke.
Talked to Coach a second ago. He said that, slow down, you become a little more athletic over playing defensively. We saw you DH as well last year, but how do you anticipate your role, so far through the offseason? A couple of weeks now.
I mean, I put a lot of work in, obviously, the past few months, and working on transforming my body and being able to become more of a diverse player, and so they can use me in whatever role they want to do. And I just worked really hard on being able to be the kind of player that they can put wherever they want. And so I feel like I've done a good job. I still have work to do, obviously, and there's a lot of areas that I can still improve on, but I'm working my hardest every day to be able to play wherever they want me to play. I'm ready for that challenge, and I'm really excited for it.
And what are those personal goals for you? Are you trying to reach certain numbers? Just what are those goals?
No, I don't really have any specific numbers I want to reach. I just know the level of play that I can play at, and I just have those high expectations for myself.
What's the feel like without Connor around? Kind of took you under his wing last season. What were you able to sort of take away from that relationship? And now that you've learned it, what are your expectations now?
Yeah, it was definitely a little difficult at first, just because, like you guys said, he was a huge influence on me, and it was really nice to have somebody that was of his age and experience around the field at all times, almost like another coach, but on a little more personal level. But he taught me a lot about just who I am and being myself, and so it made the transition really easy on taking challenges head on, and whenever I'm struggling, also giving an outlet for someone that I can talk to still whenever I need to.
So many new faces. How's the chemistry like been so far?
Oh, it's been great. I love all the guys in there. We all hang out a lot, and we spend probably 75% of our day in here together. And so, I mean, I can't name a person in there that I don't enjoy being with. It's a great team and just a great little family that we have.
And have some leaders emerged from this group yet?
Oh, most definitely, but it's not anything that we feel like it's something that's forced to happen. It's just some people have that in them, and it's good that they are able to bring that out and be those vocal leaders on the field, or those just physical example leaders, such as someone like Ryan Campos, who doesn't talk a lot like Joe Lampy, who kind of took him under his wing last year. He just kind of goes out there and puts his head down and works, and so he's a great guy that leads by example.
With open house being tomorrow, what do you want the fans and anybody attending to walk away knowing about this year's team?
Honestly, that we're just here to compete. We're really excited for the season, and we just want to show you guys that we're here to compete and do a lot of big things this year.
And what do you think having the alumni and everybody, obviously you're a returner this year, but for the new roster, having the alumni and instilling that Sun Devil culture, what do you think it does for the team?
Oh, it's awesome. It shows everybody that if you come to ASU for baseball, you're going to be somebody. I mean, everyone that comes back is a big name, and everybody knows them. So if you come here, you're not to say there's high expectations, but there's some good chances that you'll become somebody. So it's really exciting to see that.
Are there any changes as far as you can tell in the culture, or has that sort of been a constant thing for you from freshman to sophomore year?
No, I feel like Coach Bloomquist has done a really good job at keeping a constant culture of us being really competitive, but also having a good time playing this game. And so once we get out there, we're definitely going to be ready, and we'll be ready to face any challenge there is. And there's not going to be anything that stops us, but we're still going to have a good time doing it.
That trio of you, Will, and Campos now, your sophomore year. What's your guys' relationship like? And how do you expect your roles now that you're in that second year?
I mean, us three, we're really close. I mean, especially like Will's my roommate, and me and Ryan are like family. I do know that guy. And so I feel like we have really good relationships, and it kind of just helps us to build off each other, where we can point things out that maybe others won't be as confident to tell us about. And so we just kind of help pick each other up. And I mean, obviously, like everyone else, we're all expecting big things for each other this year. So I'm super excited about that.
Thanks, Toby.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
Sam was saying you were throwing some gas in some bullpens earlier this month and in the fall. He's been really pleased. How do you feel? I know you're coming off some elbow issues, so how are you feeling, and how's the ball coming out of your hand right now?
I feel great. It feels better than ever. Everything's coming back really well, and all the pitches came back better than they were before, so I feel great and excited.
Might be a little subjective, but 100%?
Yeah, 100%. I'm back full healthy, and so.
You're one of the multiple guys coming new to this rotation and this roster. How does it feel having so many people that are new, and how have you guys gelled as a team?
It's gone really well. Everybody's came together. We've all had the same goal, the same mindset. Everybody's in it for the same reason. So like, it's been really fun to be around all the new guys. I mean, me being one of them. All the returners welcomed us, and it was a great experience. So yeah, it's been really well so far.
Christian, do you feel like, it sounds like they're going to try and work you into a Saturday role? Obviously, given how much you've been limited in the past, is that something you yourself feel confident and ready for at this point? And how excited are you to, be put in a position that big in your first year?
Yeah, I'm super excited. It's definitely something I've looked forward to for a long time, just being in the weekend rotation or getting the opportunity to. So I feel like I'm definitely ready for it, and the coaches here prepped me for it, and mindset, mentality, everything like that is ready to go. So,
in terms of the rotation as a whole, it's been characterized as having, quote, a lot of options. You being one of them, obviously having several newcomers who are entering the program this year. How much are you impressed by that? Is that something you've ever kind of had the luxury of, being a part of before, and how excited are you to see a lot of your teammates work?
Yeah, I haven't really been a part of like a really like in-depth rotation like this we have here. So it's gonna be really exciting to see like down the road how it turns out at the end, and I feel a very special year coming. So it's especially with these guys that we have.
Pitching last year with this team was one of the weaker points, bottom of the Pac-12 in a lot of those pitching categories. How do you feel you can contribute, and a lot of these other guys, to help get this pitching staff back to where it used to be?
I feel like we're a bunch of strike throwers, competitors, guys that aren't going to give up any situation. So I feel like that's the main thing, is we're going to attack, and just never let down.
Campos mentioned that your changeup, I think he ranked you first as far as nastiest stuff on the team. What is that like? How's your relationship been with him? Getting to know him, doesn't leave behind there a lot.
Yeah, I trust him. He trusts me. He catches in the majority of my bullpens just because we'll be working the most with each other. So I mean, he's by far the best catcher that's ever caught me. So I trust him with everything, and so looking forward to that.
Is there anything you're trying to refine with your repertoire? I know, especially as a starter, you probably want to have a really good mix of at least 3 pitches. Was there anything you worked on tweaking and sort of, working on just kind of with grips or anything in particular this fastball?
Yeah. So my slider, changeup, fastball all came back really well, better than it was before, and so we added a cutter to my. So it moves like a slider, but it's been low 90s. So it's definitely a good pitch to like. My last live outing, I struck out I think 3 with the cutter low and away, and it was very good.
Something that clearly plays well off
my fastball, because
Gotcha.
I have a bunch of my arms slide it, ball jumps that way, so coming down and hard, so it's looked really well so far.
quality defensive wise. Coach Bloom and Coach Goff do a great job of, kind of developing me in that way. I've seen a big leap in that side of my game.
This team has been spending a lot of time together, the other guys are saying, during the offseason stuff. So what has that kind of been like? How's the team gelling leading up to opening day?
We're gelling really well. Like you said, we hang out a lot together. Just that side of things is just really good for our team atmosphere and how we prepare for the upcoming season.
Any specific personal goals for the year?
Not really. Just team goals, I really want to get a really winning atmosphere. So if we win, personal goals aren't the most important thing. A lot, being with Coach Bloomquist in this new era of Untitled Baseball is really special, and the way he took me in is really great, and I just want to pay it back by giving it my all and performing.
With open house tomorrow, what are you looking forward to seeing the alumni and just kind of having that culture around?
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing the people that came before me, kind of interacting with them and seeing their side of how they play here and carry on their position.
And how do you think that can help not only your play, but kind of emphasize the importance that this program?
Yeah. It's very important to put on this uniform every day and come out here and perform, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Has there been any of the older guys that have kind of taken you under their wing and be that mentor?
Yeah, probably Ryan Campos and Keaschall. They kind of took me in and kind of showed me how to do things around here, do it the right way.
What part of your game do you think has developed the most over the offseason?
Probably my defensive side of things. Yeah, that has helped me kind of grow as a player, and I was kind of lacking that coming in, but with the help of Coach Bloomquist and Coach Goff, it really helped me to develop that side of my game.
Any weekend series in particular this season you're looking forward to most, like San Diego State or any other opponents?
Probably looking forward to the U of A series. Yeah, I know that's a big rivalry around here, so that'll be fun.
For sure.